So guys, what's up? Now, the Crunchyroll Awards, I wanted to talk about this because the Crunchyroll Awards were terrible. They were awful, right? Vinland Saga was nominated for 2 awards. No, sorry, Vinland Saga was nominated for 4 awards. I think Vinland Saga should at least won 2 of those, right? Now, it's just crazy to me how a show like Vinland Saga, a show that had such a big impact on the world, on social media, right, last year, had such a big impact like that and didn't win anything, didn't win nothing. I can't believe that personally. I just can't fathom how Vinland Saga didn't win anything. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to go over all the awards it was nominated for, and we're going to talk about the awards that I think it at least should have won, right? I think it should have won. And I think you guys will agree with me as well, because Vinland Saga, guys, let me tell you how much of an impact it had on me personally. I have no enemies, because when you actually understand what that quote meant and what Thorfinn and what Thors and what the author meant by that, it's such a beautiful story. And I think season 2 was so great, and I even wrote this in my notes as well. I don't know if I was gonna talk about this later on in the video, but I said that I think, because right now I'm reading the manga, and I think the rest of the arcs, I think season 2 definitely has one of the biggest impacts, and I think it's kind of unfair to Vinland Saga, because I don't know when Vinland Saga will be able to have another season like this where Thorfinn has such a big impact. Now, don't get me wrong, the rest of the anime is good and the rest of the manga is good, but I think that this season alone definitely had the biggest impact, because I think for the rest of the story, it does have a big impact, but I think Thorfinn going from that violent guy to now kind of mirroring his father was definitely an impressive feat and definitely had such a big impact on the world. But we're going to talk about everything today. Now guys, here are all the stuff that Vinland Saga was nominated for. Now we've got best drama, best MC, best counting series, sorry, best continuing series, not counting series, and anime of the year. Now first of all, we're going to start with best drama. Now this was won by Attack on Titans. Now I didn't mind this, right, because I think while I didn't like the ending too much, it didn't really have much of an effect on me. I guess I didn't really have much thoughts about it. I still thought the ending was at least pretty good, right? And to end an anime like Attack on Titans, which had such a big effect on people loved Attack on Titan. I mean, the twists and turns, the plot twist, all of it, right? Attack on Titans as an anime is one of the best animes of all time, right? And you can recommend it to anyone. I think newcomers, I think people that are seasoned into anime will like Attack on Titans, and I loved Attack on Titans. So for it to not at least win 1 award, and think best drama probably best sums up Attack on Titans, because Attack on Titans was just a drama-filled, crazy anime, right? Like I said, with so many twists and turns, so many great character developments, Reiner, Eren, you know, so many great characters, that Levi, so many great characters, where I think it had to have won best drama. And I think best drama is the best category for Attack on Titan. So I don't have a problem with Vinland Saga not winning the best drama. So this first topic, I don't have much to talk about with this one. I think, yeah, I agree with it. Attack on Titan should have won. Now the next category is best MC, and Luffy won it. Now I haven't watched One Piece before. I don't really have an opinion on One Piece. You know, it's the normal argument. It's just so long that I don't know how to get into it or when to get into it, because there's so many other animes I want to watch. And I'm the type of guy, I can't just watch an anime. I can't just watch multiple animes at a time, especially an anime as big as One Piece. I'm not going to watch a big anime like that. I don't know when I'm going to start it, if I do start it, right? But for me personally, the reason why I had a big problem with this is because best MC, right? Forget all the other categories, right? I think Thorfinn just wins this out of everyone, right? I think Thorfinn as a character had the biggest impact as a character alone. I mean, Vinland Saga had a big impact, but Thorfinn as a character had the biggest impact of any other character alone in 2023, in my opinion. Everyone was talking about him. Everyone was talking about that moment where he recreates what Thor said to him when he was a kid, when he says, "I have no enemies." And I feel like, look, I get Luffy, right? Luffy's a popular character. One Piece is probably one of the biggest, well, it is one of the biggest, sorry, not probably, it is one of the biggest animes of all time. It literally is a part of a category called the Big Three, with Naruto and Bleach as being one of the best animes, or one of the best shonen animes to ever be made, right? I understand that, but look, One Piece has been around for so long that we couldn't give it to Thorfinn. Like, just the impact that Thorfinn had as a character, I just think he should have won best MC. I think it had to have been him. No one else was talking about another character the way they were talking about Thorfinn. I know there was other animes that year, obviously JJK, obviously there was One Piece, obviously there was Oshinoko. I know there was amazing animes that year, you know, Chainsaw Man, Denji. There were so many amazing characters, but I think when you look at it, when you look at Thorfinn, when you look at the impact he had, when you look at the author going from season 1 from a violent Thorfinn to then doing a complete 180, which was very risky because a lot of people could have dropped it, right? Even the author said he was scared about the impact, or sorry, the reaction that people would have to this anime, right? Even the author said that. So I think just the impact that Thorfinn had as a character and the risk that the author took with this anime as well, completely changing Thorfinn up, I think Thorfinn should have won the best main character, the best MC. Now you guys let me know how you feel about that in the comments below, but personally for me, I feel like Thorfinn was a clear winner of that. But I think last year alone, it had to have been Thorfinn for 2023 best MC. But that's just my opinion. Now, best continuing series, I think this one was very stacked. Now let me read to you guys the animes that were nominated for this, right? AOT, JJK, Spy X Family, Demon Slayer, and Vinland Saga, right? Now, all these animes are pretty stacked. It is pretty good. Now, with Spy X Family, I didn't watch Spy X Family, so I don't really have much to comment on that. I don't think it would win against the animes that were nominated for this because there's a lot of good ones that were nominated. Now, the first anime that I immediately took out this list was Demon Slayer. Now, obviously, I took out Spy X Family because I didn't watch it, but Demon Slayer, for animes that I did watch, I took Demon Slayer out of this because season 3 of Demon Slayer to me just wasn't good. I think I've already made a video on that already, so I don't really want to go back over why I didn't like it, but just to give you some basic points, I just think the story is very slow and very boring, right? I think the animations, while they were good, just couldn't carry the show. I think just there was no stock into a fights. Now, you can have great animated fights, but at least with Demon Slayer, right, I know a lot of people like to obviously shit on the story and say it's bad, but Demon Slayer as a story is really good. I think it's still good, and I feel like the fights that we've seen, I think the backstories of those fights or what was leading up to the fights made the fights still very appealing. And I think season 2 especially displayed this with the different fights, right? I think season 2 went hard, but I think with season 3, they really dropped the ball in my opinion. Now, a lot of people still like season 3 because I made a short about it, and a lot of people were like, what do you mean? I like season 3, at least on YouTube anyway. At least TikTok agreed with me and a lot of other people agree with me, but YouTube Shorts, a lot of people didn't like my opinion on the season 3 of Demon Slayer. I just don't think it was that good, so I've taken it out of this list. Now, the one that won this, One Piece, again, I don't know because I haven't watched One Piece, but I feel like more people were talking about animes like JJK and Vinland Saga. Now, I don't want to say One Piece shouldn't have won because, again, I didn't watch it. Now, One Piece fans, let me know in the comments below, or other anime fans, let me know. This award, I don't really have much of an opinion on it. I probably would have gave it to either Vinland Saga or JJK, but again, I haven't watched One Piece, but I heard more people talking about JJK and Vinland Saga. Now, I'm not in the One Piece fan base type thing, but I feel like if an anime is that big and wins best continuous series, I would at least hear stuff about it. Right now, people were talking about One Piece, not in the same way they were talking about Vinland Saga and JJK, but again, I don't know. I don't have much of an opinion on this personally. I don't really think 100% that Vinland Saga should have won, and I'm really angry about it. I don't know. But you guys let me know what you think about this award. But again, I don't really have much of an opinion, but I definitely don't think that Spy X Family or Demon Slayer should have won. So One Piece winning, I'm not too annoyed about. I'm not really too bothered about it. Now, last but not least, the biggest award, the end award of the night, Anime of the Year. Drum rolls, please. Vinland Saga hasn't won anything so far. JJK, by this point, right, if I'm not mistaken, it at least won about 3 or 4 awards, right? But then when the award is announced, it is announced that JJK wins Anime of the Year.
Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2!
Now, was I completely outraged about this? Yes, I was. Now, JJK, right, season 2, I loved it. The Hidden Inventory arc and the Shibi arc was some of the best anime I've ever watched. The fights, the characters, I loved season 2 of JJK. Don't get me wrong, JJK fans, I loved it, right? I'm a JJK fan myself. At least this season made me like a full JJK fan. Like, season 1 was alright, but season 2 was where I was on the JJK ship. I loved it, right? Don't get me wrong, I did like it. But when it comes to Anime of the Year, when it comes to an anime that had such a big impact in 2023, and I know I'm regurgitating some points that I made earlier on in the video, but just the impact that Vinland Saga had on 2023, I think the chokehold that it had in 2023 was just incredible. And I think even non-anime fans started talking about I Have No Enemies and started creating the memes and TikTok. You might think, oh wow, you're saying it's better because of memes, but I think meme culture is so important in terms of what is culturally popular. I think it has such an important impact at least. Now, not a big impact, but I think non-anime fans to be referencing Vinland Saga, I think it goes to show how big it is, because if non-anime fans start talking about an anime or even start noticing it like they did with Demon Slayer, I think like they've done with other animes as well, you know, Naruto, One Piece, I think it definitely is telling about how good the anime is. And Vinland Saga as anime in 2023, like I said, the author going from a violent season 1 to now having a peaceful season 2 where they're on a farm just farming, they're just slaves. I think it had to have been Vinland Saga. It just had, out of every other award, say Vinland Saga didn't win any award at all, I think this was the award definitely that Vinland Saga won 100%. I don't know who's voting for these awards, I don't know where the votes going to. I know a large majority of the votes are not from the fans, because I know if they were, Vinland Saga would have definitely won more awards. But I think JJK winning anime of the year, I just don't agree with it. It was a good season 2. I think personally it just had to have been Vinland Saga, and I think Vinland Saga was robbed definitely of this award, if not any other award. I think Vinland Saga was definitely robbed. I also think Vinland Saga was robbed with the songs. I mean, Vinland Saga has some of the best OPs and they weren't even nominated. So yeah, you can tell what my opinion is. You can tell I think that Vinland Saga was robbed. I think it was definitely robbed, especially of that last award. But guys, you let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think Vinland Saga was robbed, right? Which awards do you think Vinland Saga should have won? Should JJK have got so many awards? Is the Crunchyroll Awards just turning into the Shonen Jump Awards? Because I know a lot of people were saying, oh, Shonen just dominated it, which, if you look at the awards, you know, One Piece, JJK, they definitely dominated. You know, Chainsaw Man as well was in there. So yeah, they definitely dominated. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments below. Was Vinland Saga robbed? Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Thank you for watching, listening, or however you choose to indulge in my content. And this has been Anime K. I'm out. Peace.